don't even know what day it is, but yesterday I watched a long and interesting video by Izzard on YouTube, and I shot a whole video about it myself, and then I lost the video. Well, I didn't lose it. I'm so technically challenged that I don't know how to do any of this stuff on YouTube, which probably means that I should give up, but that's, well, maybe tomorrow I'll give up. So I thought this video was really interesting. It's called Make Humanity Great Again, and Izzard can be seen on a, he's just by himself in the video. I'm looking for it again. Of course, I should have found it before. You know what? Screw this. Good morning. I filmed a whole 16 and a half minutes talking about this yesterday, and I failed to figure out how to put it up. So I'm going to try it again and make it much, much shorter. First of all, I'd just like to introduce you to my COVID hair. I really need a haircut, and I'm going gray. So I thought I would show you that as a way of introducing my topic for today, which is Izzard's Make Humanity Great Again. I watched, it's about 30 minutes long. It's on YouTube if you want to Google it. And I thought it was a fascinating little, well, half hour. First of all, I should say that I really like Izzard. I know that that's probably maybe, I mean, I really love stand-up comedy in general, even if it's profane. My husband thinks that that's very wicked of me. And Izzard in particular is really funny. His Cake or Death, of course, is beyond the best thing on the internet. And his world history from 10 years ago, which I thought he's dressed on stage in that one 10 years ago in platform heels and just sort of a Asian style top, red lipstick, a great haircut, and he's so funny. He's knows his history. He has a great facility with words. He's really fun to watch. So I thought that was really interesting to go yesterday and see this new thing called Make Humanity Great Again. Obviously, he's joking about our current president's, some might say, kind of megalomaniacal promise to make America great again. So he's obviously being funny. I don't think he really thinks that he can make humanity great again. But as the video goes on, several things come into view which I thought were worth noting. First of all, the background of the video, it's completely black. And in a dark turn away from a flamboyant, subversive humor, this offering is feels, first of all, like a funeral. Izzard is dressed, I would say, as in a very conservative outfit, with long, I'm going to go ahead and be mean and call it Duggar hair. Like, he has long Christian hair for women that go to homeschool conferences. And I would go ahead, I'm going to be really mean and say that I really think it's dowdy. I think it's not a great haircut, much like this. Okay, and it's COVID, so we all needed to go to the hair person and we can't. So maybe it's just COVID hair, but it's an interesting turn. I think he has better taste than that. So that's really interesting. And then as you go along and watch the video, it's not funny. Izzard in this time, in this new world of making humanity great again, it's not funny. It's moralizing. it's quite judgmental. He makes some astonishing claims about the nature of God and human people. It's it's not funny. It's like the death of humor, basically, I think, is what has happened here, which is kind of telling. So just two of the things, or maybe three, that stood out to me, and I got to talk faster so that I can not go over my limit of minutes on YouTube. I don't even know what I'm talking about. He says that he would believe in God. He can't believe in God. He would if God were to come down and explain to him personally what happened during World War II and how terrible that was. I thought that was really interesting, of course, because God did come down. He came down in a human. Jesus is God and man. He's not just a great moral teacher. He came down, and his answer to the question of the horrible and horrific suffering, not only of the Holocaust, but of all of human history, was to die himself in our place, because we are so wicked. We're determined to kill each other and destroy the world. And he's going to judge us for doing that. But in the meantime, he came and took that judgment on himself if we will cling to him. So there is an answer that's readily available on the internet, and I know that Eddie Izzard is better at technology than I am, because he has great camera angles and he's a great presence, and so he could find that answer if he wanted to. His understanding of world history is very limited in that it doesn't include an actual knowledge of Christianity. Thank you. So that was one thing I wanted to say. The other thing is that Jesus, you cannot say that Jesus was a good moral teacher and then not believe in his divinity. If you claim to be God and you're not God, it doesn't matter what else you say. You're a liar or you're insane, and no one should listen to you. And Jesus claimed to be God. So I would say that he vindicated that claim by rising from the dead. But all the rest of us, if you don't think that Jesus was divine, then you shouldn't think of him as a good moral teacher. That should go away. Go with Buddha, go with Muhammad, I guess, which I think his morality is super dubious. And then, of course, the third thing that really stood out in this video is that he says that there's nothing essential about being a man or a woman. He's now trans. I think he's identified as different things throughout. He came out, he said, in the 80s, and that was very painful and terrible. And but there's nothing essential about being a man or a woman at all. And that is really ironic that he would stand on a stage and say that, because he is obviously saying that there is something essential about being female, and he would like to have that essential thing. In fact, he already does have it. He's living into it. I found, speaking as a woman, that his claim that there's nothing about being female that's impossible for him to have was interesting. He's run 27 marathons in 27 days, I guess, a few years ago to raise money. And not only do I, as speaking as a woman, not desire to do that, I know some women, of course, would, but that it's not just a mind game. Like, I wouldn't be able to just do that if I put my mind to it. I would have to have a lot of help. And I'm going to go ahead and say that, likewise, Eddie Izzard can't give birth to children. I know it's wicked of me to say that, but I can't. He can't do that. And I can't join the Special Forces. So I know that's bigoted to say that in this year of our Lord, 2021. He thinks that 2021 is the year that we're going to, that humanity's going to come of age, and we're going to all treat each other the way we should, which is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. except that halfway through the video he admits that that's going to be impossible. I guess what I find interesting at just watching this and seeing the announcement of that person, Ellen, I think her name is Ellen, she decided that her name is Elliot and is going to be he, they, or which is a massacre of English. The thing that I think Christians should embrace and look at is that following Jesus is a joyful and wonderful thing. And if you're trying to get away from the new puritanical, moralizing, not funny, downcast life where you have to lecture everybody about how wicked they are, now that Christianity is on the outs, it's subversive. So become a Christian because it's fun and Jesus is nice. He likes us. He came all the way to be with us in our troubles and to rescue us, not only from each other but from ourselves. So make humor great again in 2021. Let's make things funny again. Let's not give up one of the most important elements of that makes humanity or being human even bearable. Thanks for watching.